Aloha, bonsai people. So, I've been working on bonsai apple trees for a couple days now. And what I now have in my possession is 65. 65 bonsai apple trees. Tiny one on the left, tiny one on the right. Not so tiny, I guess. There's all kinds of little ones. Right now, what I've mainly focused on is the root development and shape of the roots. There's a line down there. Some of the larger stumps. Made a few orchards, mainly because the sheer volume of trees I ended up with. But I used something that I learned from Nigel Saunders at KW Bonsai, which is, if you're going to plant a forest like this, you put the larger trees in the beginning, in the front, medium in the back, medium in the middle, smaller in the back. Then it creates a deeper field of view. So you can see, like, this trunk here, pretty good size around, and then back here, smaller than my finger, and then even tinier right there. So a lot of fun, a lot of work. I'm gonna walk around this side, show you a few interesting trunks. So this guy, look at this. I got these packed in here pretty tight so they don't move because the wind's very windy in Colorado. Look at that S. Perfect S. And it's a large stump too. If you look on this side, so you can see it's actually a couple inches, an inch and a half, inch and 3/4 across here. And this one, look at the thickness on this trunk. Classic old apple tree look, and it's got the, dead hollowed out core. Just really, really cool trees. This one, again, one of these thicker trunks. Same here. This one, probably one of the bigger around. Yeah, these trees just kept getting cut back and cut back and cut back, but never properly removed. So they all have old bark, and look at this guy right here. Just really, really cool trees. And they're all from one tree. So here's the first tree. This is the original apple tree right here. Then it went this way, put up another apple tree. And so if you look here, see the way the dirt and gravel's dug up? And then if you look over here, same thing. Actually went in one tree at a time and dug the saplings up from this tree. And now I went from about 5 bonsais, which are that little pile over there, and added 65. So basically an apple orchard. But see, that's a small apple orchard. Large apple orchard. That black bowl under there, another tiny apple tree orchard, and another large apple tree orchard. So 1, 2, 3, 4 orchards plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, about 2 dozen individual trees. Very cool. So much fun. These are just cement mixing trays. You can see the little measurement marks on the top. And what I did was cut, oh, I can't lift. Let's see if I can go under here. Can you see under there? I cut holes in the wood. But when I did that, I cut straight through the plastic and scarred the wood. Three holes, 3 holes, 3 holes. So 9 holes across, about that big around. I think it's a 1/2 inch hole saw I used. And just punched through the plastic, scarred the wood, punched through the plastic, scarred the wood, then removed this, and then just finished the wood. Because you want really good drainage with bonsais. The bottom is covered in screen, then rocks, large gravel like this. Then I filled up the space between all the gravel with vermiculite. Or is that perlite? I always get confused. I think they both work very similarly. And then I put in soil with a little bit of the, again, this white additive. We'll go over and look at the bag, because that helps keep the soil from compacting. The one issue that we have here though in Colorado is the air is very dry, so I can't go with pure bonsai soil because the air pulls the moisture. So in order to keep everything alive, I have to go with a little more of a soil mix. Alright, let's see. This is a do-it-yourself. Save the apple trees. So organic potting mix, worm castings, bark, all this sort of business. And the answer to the riddle, perlite. As you can see, I used quite a bit. 2 cubic feet of perlite, 2 cubic feet of soil, and that's what you can expect. 65 trees worth. Now I could not have done 65 individual pots with that much. So that's what these trays are about. Plus, you know, I'm going to do my best to make all these survive, but it's quite a large investment in soil and pots to try to, you know, individually plant every one of these trees. I really like this one too. Check, look how wide this is. Half as wide as my hand. See how many times it's been cut back and grown back out. That's why this one got its own pot, because it's so large. I thought this was interesting. 2 there, 4 cuts. But it's just interesting how they lined up like that to me. This is a really cool one too. Nice thick trunk. Here's all the little tiny guys. But they had really good, I think it's called Nagari, the way the roots are shaped. So I kept them. These little stumps. See, they're actually, look how much bigger it is down here. It's not just that. But when you first plant them and water them, and you're just getting the roots going, it's good to put a little extra soil. That way the roots don't dry out, and then, you know, you can just trim the trees up again later. Next spring, check the roots again. So there you go. 65 new bonsai apple trees. Saved every single tree. So much fun. Alright, hope you guys stayed with me. Questions, comments, you want an apple tree? Let me know. Aloha.